just 4 years old, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. I only remember brief moments of my treatment, like how a steroid tasted or how anesthetic smelled, even though I couldn't read very well because I was so young. I always would bring a book to my lumbar puncture procedures and read it out loud to the room of nurses whilst trying to fight the anesthetic. In kindergarten, all of my classmates thought that my cancer was contagious, but in case you were wondering, it wasn't. At the start of my treatment, doctors recommended that my mum and I relocate much closer to the hospital, but this was really hard because there weren't many short-term rentals that we could afford while my mum wasn't working. The Leukaemia Foundation was able to step in and found us a 2-bedroom apartment rent-free only 2 blocks away from the Brisbane Children's Hospital. It helped us with a bunch of other little things like paying for phone bills, and that was really special because it allowed me to have a phone that I could speak to my dad and sister on when they lived 2 hours away in regional New South Wales in Ballina. They helped out with lots of major things too, like a repayment on my family's home and my family's car rego. At diagnosis, it was about the practical things like housing and bills and transport, ways to get me to treatment. And then once all of this was worked out and I was settled in, then it became more about the emotional support. My parents are still extremely grateful for the Leukaemia Foundation's blood cancer support coordinators. They listened to all of those really difficult emotions like grief and anger that my parents were experiencing, and they helped them see that it was not just about the prognosis but the journey. I'm 22 years old now and I live in Brisbane and I study at UQ. I feel immensely grateful that I am able to check back in with the blood cancer support coordinators whenever I need to, or whenever any health hurdles arise, and they do, or if any situation ever brings up some old emotions relating to my childhood cancer.